There are places we pass by every day without a second thought. Crumbling brick walls, boarded-up windows, silence that stretches too long. Some of these places are more than just abandoned. They're forgotten for a reason. Tonight, we journey to one such place, deep in the shadows of Colorado, to uncover the chilling legend of the Ridge Home Asylum. Built in 1912, the Ridge Home Asylum began its existence as the Colorado State Home and Training School, located in Arvada, Colorado. Its mission? To care for individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities, especially children and young adults. It was part of a nationwide movement at the time, a misguided effort to segregate and train those considered feeble-minded by the harsh standards of the era. But as time passed, the institution's hopeful beginnings faded. The halls grew crowded, the funding ran dry, and the promise of compassionate care gave way to something else entirely. Former staff and patients whispered of cruel experiments, punishment disguised as therapy, and the echo of screams that were never investigated. Some claimed the halls were patrolled by orderlies who took pleasure in pain. Electroshock therapy, ice baths, solitary confinement, all administered with clinical detachment and sometimes cruelty. One nurse who worked there in the 1960s reportedly quit after witnessing a patient strapped to a gurney, eyes wide, mouth stitched shut. She said the screams didn't come from the lips, but from the walls themselves. As the decades wore on, Ridge Home became a symbol of neglect. Over-medication, isolation, and experimental treatments were not exceptions. They were the norm. Public scrutiny intensified in the 1970s and 80s, driven by reports of mistreatment and the rise of the disability rights movement. Lawsuits were filed, families spoke out, but by then the damage was already done. When the Ridge Home finally closed its doors in 1991, the silence didn't last long. Paranormal investigators soon reported cold spots, unexplained voices, and shadowy figures darting through the remnants of the building. One team claimed they found a room that wasn't on the blueprints, its door sealed shut with chains. When they finally broke it open, they discovered an old wheelchair, still warm to the touch. Visitors speak of a young girl in a hospital gown who stands by the edge of the field, staring toward the building's ruins. When approached, she disappears, but sometimes not before smiling. And then there's the story of Room 12. A patient known only as Eli was kept in isolation there for nearly 15 years. No records of his condition, no visitors, just Eli and the screams that never seemed to stop. Some say he wasn't human at all, just a husk of rage and pain. After the building was shuttered, trespassers who stumbled near the remains of Room 12 said they heard banging, heavy, metallic, and then a whisper. "You found me." One teen dared to enter the ruins with a recorder. What it picked up was chilling. A voice, raspy, inhuman, saying, "Still here, still here, still here." He never returned to the site. The Ridge Home was demolished in 2004. Bulldozers tore through the rot and rubble, eager to erase the past. But according to construction workers on site, strange things happened even in its final days. Tools went missing, machines failed. One worker refused to go near the old boiler room, saying he saw someone watching him from beneath the floor. Today, the land remains mostly untouched. A few buildings were constructed nearby, but residents often complain of nightmares, sleep paralysis, and the feeling that someone or something is always watching. So, what was the Ridge Home Asylum? A tragic chapter in Colorado's history, or something far more sinister? Urban legend or haunted reality? One thing's for sure, some places don't stay buried, and some screams never stop echoing. So if you ever find yourself near 62nd and Kipling, Late at night, don't look back. Don't follow the whispers. Whatever you do, don't answer if someone says your name. Because if the Ridge Home calls you, you may never leave. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this descent into darkness, like and subscribe for more haunted histories and chilling legends. And remember, some stories are best left untold.